Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on our latest all-new edition of the Milford Informer. Once again, I am your host, Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coet. Fall is officially in full swing here across the Milford community, and happy to be back with you now as the calendar flips to the month of October with a new slate of top stories for you. We've got a couple of stories to bring you on the show this week, including reconnecting with an old friend here at Milford TV. We'll get to that in just a little bit later, but we will lead off the Informer tonight with news from one of our sports sponsors, the Rail Trail Flatbread Company, our proud presenting sponsor of Scarlet Hawks athletics coverage here on Milford TV. We had a chance to send our crew out to Rail Trail this past month as Rail Trail unveiled their brand new fall menu. All kinds of delicious treats being served up over at the Milford location over on Main Street. And we had a special behind-the-scenes tour inside the Rail Trail kitchen to show you some examples of some of the great treats on the menu here throughout this fall season. Let's take a look.
Hi everyone, I'm Louie from Rail Trail Flatbread here in Milford. We're going to go over parts of our fall menu. One of our items is a steak bomb flatbread, basically shaved steak with pretty much everything on it, and our homemade roasted garlic base. I'm going to show you how I do it. We're going to take the garlic base first. We're going to put it on, spread it on across the whole dough, which is freshly made daily. And then we're going to put a good amount of our steak, which is steak, shaved steak, pepperoni, onions, mushrooms, and peppers. I'm going to spread it all around. And we're going to move over here. We're going to top it with our cheese. This is grated Parmesan, and now it's ready to go in the oven. All right, we're gonna slide this into our wood-fired oven. Takes about 3 to 4 minutes to cook. We keep feeding the fire every time it needs wood, so we're just putting it straight in. All right, so this is our steak bomb flatbread coming out of the oven. We're gonna cut it, top it. Our toppings are lemon aioli, fried onion strings, and scallions. All fresh items. This is our lemon aioli, very popular. These are Spanish onions, sliced thin, deep fried, with a little seasoning, salt and pepper. And some fresh cut scallions. That's it. That's our steak bomb flatbread. We've got a couple of our new items on our fall menu. This is our sweet potato hummus with the muhammara and fresh pita that we make on premises here. Some port cranberries on here. Very popular. Steak bomb flatbread we got here. And this is our pumpkin trifle. It's made with ginger snap cookies, pumpkin mousse, and a whipped condensed cream. And it's just layered. And as you can see, all the layers, it's a really good fall item. Hope you can all come out and try our new items this fall.
Great work by Milford TV's own Dominique and Chase on the production to bring you that story from Rail Trail Flatbread Company. We'll continue to keep you updated on all of the good stuff going on at Rail Trail. And again, we're so appreciative of Rail Trail being one of our key sponsors for our sports coverage here on Milford TV. And just a quick shout out to the rest of the community. If you want to join our growing list of sponsors for our sports coverage, or you want to sponsor us here at the studio, we have all kinds of great sponsorships available here at Milford TV. So reach out to us if you want to partner with us. A great return on investment for being involved with our productions here at Milford TV. So you can reach out to me for more information at news@milfordtv.net. You can also check out our website, milfordtv.net, for all of the details on our sponsorship opportunities here at our studio. Moving on to our next top story now, we were so fortunate to reconnect with an old friend here at Milford TV this past week, Ray Auger, who of course last winter launched a brand new internet radio station continuing to serve great local content here to the Greater Milford area. And I was happy to join Ray in his new studio to sit down to have a conversation, a little bit of a back and forth interview with Ray at radio and us here at Milford TV. The interview aired live on Ray's morning show on radio earlier this week, but if you happen to miss the audio, here is the audio with full video as well, as we had a chance to catch up with Ray Auger.
Tim Cowett from Milford TV is sitting across from me now. We have cameras in the room. Dominique is here. What is going on, Tim? What'd you bring to my studio?
It's just, some of our favorite toys that we just love to bring all around this community. And I mean, the perfect room here to have cameras present. I was just telling you before we got started, as an 80s kid myself, I'm on overload in here, just admiring all of your decor.
There's a lot, and it's hard to interview or have conversations with people because of the distractions. It should just be blank walls and focus on us. But yeah, there's so much to look at with the lunch boxes. And I mean, look at all those dumb magazines I have over there. They're all magazines from the 80s and 90s, People and Us, all entertainment magazines.
Not enough appreciation for magazines anymore.
Right? How have you been? What's going on?
I've been great.
Yeah.
We're just continuing to plug along at Milford TV. It's crazy that it's coming up on 3 years now since I took over as executive director. But we have the best team over there, and as you know, there is just no shortage of events, things going on in this community, and there's a thirst for entertainment, for news, for just being able to capture everything going on in this town. So we're happy to be a part of it whenever we can.
And you guys are everywhere.
We try to be.
Yeah.
We're a 4-person staff, but we can cover a lot of ground.
Does that include volunteers too?
We have great volunteers. So we have 4 staff members now, 4 full-time staff members, myself included, Dominique included as well. We have Patrick, who is our production coordinator, and Chase, who people probably see at every municipal meeting because he's out there covering every single one of them. But we have some great volunteers too, interns as well. Your son included in that, who's done some great work for us as well. So I mean, we leverage as much as we can to get involved with the schools and get people to come out and learn the gear and come out with us as well. In particular, we were just covering football on Friday night, and we had Scott Crisafulli manning one of our cameras, who of course is highway surveyor here in Milford, and we had
he's got another busy job, but he's still volunteering.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
He loves it. We covered his band earlier during the summer. He performed at our studio, but he loves to volunteer with us for sports. So we're happy to have him. He does great camera work. But we also have students from Milford. We have students from BVT. We've had students from Hopedale volunteer with us. So we love getting people involved, and we're happy to get them out there and put a camera in their hand at any of our shoots.
Now, you guys produce a lot of shows, but are there people coming in that you're helping to produce their shows? Is that like Distracted Driving was something we did way back when?
Yeah.
We'd give you the video and you guys played it. Is that happening a lot as well? Or is there more of a need for general public entertainment or shows? Or
we're still very active in both arms of our operations. So we have a lot of staff productions that we will have direct control over, but We have a thriving membership base still too. Dominique, who's here running our cameras today, is also our member services coordinator, so she oversees all of our member productions. We've just had 2 new shows that we've added to our public channel, and we still have Al Correa, who has been producing that Milford show with us longer than I have been a part of Milford TV. So we have members who have been around forever. We have new members that start with us all the time. So it's a great opportunity to shout out there if anybody in the Greater Milford community has an idea for a show, and that could be anything from a cooking show to an art show to if you just want to sit down and do a podcast with your buddies. That's what we're here for.
Now I know you're here also to interview me, which is going to be weird because I do the interviewing, but so do you. So I don't know how we fight through this, or why don't you go? I just asked you a whole bunch of questions. Hit me.
Yeah, two hosts in the same space.
It's weird.
It's not awkward
like 2
at all,
lead
right?
singers, or
I mean, it's no matter where we go in town, Ray, I think it's sort of the general consensus that you're basically the unofficial mayor of Milford.
Oh, I wish. I always thought that if they brought up that position, that maybe I'd run, but not selectman. I don't want to hold any offices, but mayor sounds like fun because I don't think you have to do much.
No, and I think you would get literally all the votes, so it would be a landslide. But it's been great to see this new project. I mean, everybody in town has been listening to you on the radio forever, and to see you launch this project has been really exciting from us. We've heard great things from Jack since you launched last winter. I guess just opening up the floor with a general question: how has this first year of this project gone?
It's been pretty amazing. It's exceeded expectations. I had a friend on the Cape that did this because she lost her job after like 20 years in radio. And the Cape is you must be familiar with Cape Cod media. Yeah. There's a lot there. They love their radio. They love their TV. So she did well with the internet thing. And I thought, I could do that. I wanted to make it sound more like a radio station, like a legit radio station with commercials at the 20 and the 50 and the music and top of the hour IDs, all that stuff, sweepers. So I recreated radio on the internet, and a lot of internet radio stations are just playing music. It's just a jukebox. But I wanted to bring that spirit of radio to the internet and try to build on it because I don't want to talk smack about radio. It's my first love when it comes for my career. But terrestrial radio is on the decline.
Sure.
I hate saying that. I feel like I should cry. But I want to keep that spirit alive. So I think that we can do the same thing we were doing on terrestrial radio on internet radio and give people that feeling of listening to the radio. Just a different way. It's not in the car. Well, it is now with CarPlay and you're connecting to your car, but it's not on the dial. You're not tuning in anymore. You're just turning it on. And being where I was for 15 years helped a lot. I couldn't have done this anywhere else. So doing it here was first and foremost the key to the success. And it was just getting involved and making sure I always had something going on, whether it was an event outside of the studio or a giveaway or some kind of promotion. We came out of the gate with that, and that really set us on the right track for success. And I can't really complain after 9 or 10 months. We're coming up on a year in December. It's been pretty fantastic.
It again, I think it speaks to the really unique nature of this community that I don't know, and maybe I'm biased because I've worked in Milford for so long now, but I don't know if what you do and what we do at Milford TV would flourish like it has in a different community.
I don't think so.
It again feels like everyone is so tapped in here. Everyone has that thirst for what you do. They continue to be so appreciative of what we do on our end, and so it's such a great marriage to be able to bring these different sort of entertainment venues to this town, because I just feel like there are so many people that appreciate it, and yet there's still that need to evolve, like you said about terrestrial radio. I think we feel it too, as people are going away from cable
There's so many
TV.
options.
There's so many different options. So you have to try to be nimble. You have to try to be creative to
Yes.
keep reinventing things to keep the viewers, to keep the listeners, and that's a constant battle.
Well, I think it comes down to local. You're not going to get this kind of stuff on Hulu or Paramount Plus, but you are going to get it at Milford TV. You're going to get it at radio here, or any small town radio or TV station. As long as you are focused on local, I think you can succeed. I'm a small market guy. I've thrived and I've loved working in small markets. I've been in top 40 markets before. It doesn't have the same feel, but we can go outside. We can go to the grocery store and we can talk to people who we know listen or watch. And it's not one of those like, oh my God, it's you. It's just, we're just Tim and Ray hanging out with somebody at Brothers Tavern or getting a bite to eat at Depot Street. You know, we're part of the community. And we're not the Billy Costas where, well, I'm not gonna. I was gonna say up on a high horse. That's not Billy. I'm not saying that that's what it is. But you know, he's got a. Yeah, we'll move on.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to talk negative about anybody. But there are certain people that may stay home because they don't want to deal with their fans. But I think we have the luxury of being a part of the community, not just working for the community or talking to the community. We have the luxury of being the community.
And I love the personality of this town too, because the same people that will approach you in the grocery store and I love that show that you have on are the same people that I will literally get a text message mid commentary during a football game on Friday saying, "You haven't updated the scoreboard yet, Tim."
Yes, yeah. Everyone's helping.
Yeah. Everybody loves what we do, but they also have plenty of feedback. Which,
That's
listen,
true.
we appreciate it.
Yeah, any feedback is good feedback. But you're right. It's like in the middle of like this conversation, I could be getting like 3 texts, and those people probably expect you to text back while we're talking.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
But that's what I love about the community. We're all one. We're doing this together. I've always said this station that I developed here is for everybody. It's not just me. I honestly, I have a hard time talking on the radio. It's kind of a weird thing. I love radio unless I'm talking to somebody face to face.
Yeah.
So sitting here alone in the morning is tough on me. But when I have that interaction with the community, it makes it so much easier.
Well, and you have always been a guy that has been. You're not just here in the studio. You're out in the community all the time, and the events, the charity work, the promotion that you do is really so incredible, and it's been great to see you continuing to bring that stuff to radio, and I know that that's important to you, raising money for important causes here in town, creating more community events to bring the town together. Talk a little bit about that and why those sorts of things have always been such a hallmark of your career on air.
I guess I like making people happy. I like seeing people smile. It's such a tough world we're living in now. And I was talking about this earlier this morning. We just had our local Vibe Music Awards, and the local music community came out to the Doubletree. We all hung out. We enjoyed some music. We mingled. And to be on stage and see the smiles and see that you brought these people together is just what I like doing. It makes me feel good, and I know I'm making other people feel good. The Milford 4th of July Parade. We had a fantastic community. We're still trying to get our stuff together with that. It's been a tough run. We had a good 3 or 4 years and then some speed bumps. But putting on the parade the day of, seeing everyone come out, it's an amazing feeling. And yeah, a little selfish, I think, to make me feel good. Like there's a lot of components to it, I think, and some of it being selfish and some just being that I know there's a need for that. Raising money and collecting and all that is important because I just like giving back to a town that's been good to me and good to my family. Before 15 years ago, my family grew up here, my aunts and uncles and my grandparents. So this has always been a very special community. And not just Milford, the surrounding towns as well, like Medway, Holliston, Franklin. There's so much love in the community that I want to be a part of that. And I want to give back to that love, create more love, that kind of thing. I know it sounds so sappy, but the older I get, the sappier I get.
Not to inflate our egos, but I think sometimes everyone does turn to streaming, or they're getting their news from TikTok, or everything from these sort of quick little bites. And people do kind of feel like local TV affiliates and more mainstream radio is kind of antiquated in a way. But when you have local outlets like ours that are here in the community, and kids are excited to be on camera, or people are excited to come in and talk about their business, then all of a sudden it becomes so much more tangible, so much more accessible, and I think it re-engages the interest in the types of media that we bring to the table, and it's in some ways still keeping it thriving.
You're making people realize they can actually watch 30 minutes of programming. It doesn't have to be 30 seconds. There's 30 minutes. That's a lot, but I'll sit down and watch that. How do you deal with that in a world where we have clips now?
Yeah, I think it's
By the way, I'm going to take pictures while you're talking. I'm sorry.
But by all means, just get my good side, please. No, I think it's an interesting question, and I think we still have our members that will do their traditional formats, doing a 60-minute show, doing a 30-minute show. I think for us, what we always try to do is we try to make quick little digestible bites of the staff productions that we're doing, and we put those out on our social media to kind of whet people's appetites, so to speak, and then get them engaged and get them to our YouTube channel, or get them to our local channels to be able to watch some longer content. But I mean, we still do produce some longer stuff, and we just hope that we can get the appetizer out there for people to get them interested in it, and then they come for the main course.
It's funny, there's so much work involved with that, right? I got to do the 30-second clip, I got to do the 2-minute clip, we got to put the whole show together. This has to go on this platform, that has to go on that platform.
And I think it's a credit to the team that we have. Dominique and Chase in particular, who are our post-production wizards. They do such a great job with editing almost everything that we do as a staff, and then also making sure that they're developing those quick little hitters that we can put out on our social media that are really going to attract people's attention. And it's helped us out a lot, growing our list of sponsors that we have, both for our sports coverage and for our studio, to be able to show businesses this is what we can put out there to really showcase what you're doing. And everybody at our studio is so creative, and finding ways to again really put content out there that's eye-catching, that's compelling, and
local and relatable. Yeah. Well, great. Anything else we could talk about?
I mean, I guess I'd love to hear kind of the evolution here. I mean, again, we've talked about your studio space, and I mean, just such a great spot to come in and do an interview. But what was it like outfitting your home to be a fully functioning radio station?
Well, this room, we've been here for 7 years. This room was about 7 different types of rooms. We had a music listening room. We had a just come down, sit and read the newspaper room. It was a spare room at one time. It was a toy room. We just couldn't figure out. And then we decided, let's do the radio station. This is the perfect studio. Yeah. But it has to be outfitted with things I'm comfortable with. And I think everything around us puts me in a good mood. You know what I mean? I'm not coming into a stale studio like you've seen. This has personality, and I think it helps me throughout the morning. But it was pretty easy. We have 2 setups. We have a podcast studio over there where Dominique is sitting with the same the board, the Roadcaster here. So I do all my podcasts over there, and this is the studio, this is the on-air studio here where we're talking. So after, I don't know, it's like I'm trying to give you a lot of details, but it was that simple. It really, It really was just like a few pieces of equipment, and I don't have racks and racks of amplifiers, and I don't even know what those things do, to be honest with you. I know a microphone goes through this wire and then into the computer, and that's about it.
Yeah.
If this ever broke, I don't know what I would do.
I'm glad to know I'm not the only one that takes that sort of IT approach. It's like I plug this end into this end, and then it works, right? And if it doesn't work, that's the extent of my knowledge.
That's why we hire IT people and engineers. They know what they're doing. I didn't study that in college. I hardly studied anything. Did you go to Dean too?
No, I went to Rhode Island College.
You went to Rhode Island College.
I was a theater kid back then, though.
You're still a theater guy, though, aren't you? You don't perform, but I know you like.
Yeah, on the inside, I am. In the car, I am. No one else necessarily sees it anymore, but it's always there.
Was it musical theater?
Yeah.
Wow. What was your favorite show you performed in?
I mean, I would have to go all the way back to my glory days at Dighton-Rehoboth Regional High School, where I starred in The Music Man my senior year of high school.
The start in it, huh?
Yeah.
We did Grease. We did Guys and Dolls. That was a lot of fun. But I think my favorite was Little Shop of Horrors at Dean Junior College.
Oh, that's fun. That's one I've never done, but that's a great show.
Yeah, great. But yeah, this has been just a great experience, and I love the partnership that we're developing. You can hear the promos on radio throughout the day. You're updating people on where you guys are going to be, what you're filming, what you're covering. And I know it's running now, but why don't you tell people live what's coming up?
Yeah, well, I mean, if anyone wants to tune into some boys soccer action later on today, we will be down at the MHS Turf covering Milford against Mansfield later on this afternoon at 4 p.m. And as always, all of our sports coverage, it airs live on our educational channel, which is on Comcast Channel 6, Verizon Channel 40. We also have a high-definition channel on Verizon that's 2140. And everything that we do streams live sports-wise on our YouTube channel, and then is available to watch immediately after the games are over.
It's so hard to find things on real TV.
Yeah.
It's nice that you guys have the YouTube, because that's just always a last-ditch effort of, I can't find anything, I'll go there.
Yeah, and I mean, especially for people who want to tune into content in full high definition, you can do that on our YouTube channel. You can also do that on our website as well, milfordtv.net. All three of our channels stream in full high definition on our channel. And you can also find us on the Roku as well. So you can just search for Milford TV there, and you can actually live stream all three of our channels via Roku as well. So whatever device you're using at the time, you can find all of our stuff live on demand. We try to be everywhere we can be.
Great. Same here, too. Let's just keep it going, right?
It's what we got to do. Keep all this local media going strong.
Yeah, and we need the community, and the community needs us, and it's a wonderful partnership. So thanks for everything. Unless there's any more questions, I mean, I could do this all day if you want.
I mean, I feel like the conversation's been easy. What I mean, now that you're almost a year in, I guess, do you have any ideas for year two to kind of keep things rolling?
I think we'll keep some of the staples like the Local Vibe Music Awards, and we're doing a toy drive coming up in December. We'll keep that annual. I think more concert ticket giveaways. We've been doing a lot of that. There's a few more events I'd like to make annual. So a few of those ideas are popping in and out of my head. And there's one more, and I can't. Oh, we just had a food truck festival. That might be a bi-yearly thing. So that was fun and successful. I guess anything I can do. We're going to have an anniversary party. I don't know what that's going to look like just yet, but that's coming up. And anything I can do to get involved with all of our great communities around here.
Yeah, well, we'll have to invade some more of your events with our Milford TV cameras, especially the toy drive. I know you've been doing that for a long time in a lot of different formats, and that's just been so awesome to watch the work you do there.
I'm looking forward to that. We're going to stuff the big yellow bus at the Doubletree. I think it's the first weekend of December. No, I'm sorry. It's Black Friday, so it's the weekend after Thanksgiving, or of Thanksgiving. And more details on that. We've got Facebook and websites and all that fun stuff.
Great stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, keep doing the great work you're doing, Tim. Thanks
Likewise.
for coming down. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Always, again, weird when two hosts are interviewing each other.
I think we made it work.
I think so. All right, we'll get back to the music here on radio. How about some Thompson Twins?
So as we start to wind things down on this edition of the Milford Informer, we just want to give you a heads up on all of our content that will be coming out here over the month of October and beyond. Of course, we want to remind everyone that Milford has their special town meeting coming up in just a couple of weeks. That will take place on Monday, October 20th at 7 p.m. over at Upper Town Hall. Looking like a pretty dense warrant on the fall town meeting with over 30 articles right now on that town meeting warrant. So you can tune into that coverage live. If you can't be over at Town Hall, we will be live across all of our Milford TV platforms. We'll be live on all three of our channels, our public channel, our educational channel, and our Verizon High Definition channel. And we will also be streaming the special town meeting live on our YouTube channel as well. We also still have a lot more sports coverage coming up in the month of October, including the long-awaited return of the Scarlet Hawks football team later on this month. They'll have their next home game not until October 30th, but we will have that game for you on Thursday, October 30th, a 6 p.m. kickoff. That will be live across our Milford TV platforms as well. And we're also starting to gear up towards a new Claflin Hill Symphony season. That will get underway right at the beginning of the month of November, so we'll be hopeful to catch up with Paul Serpine as he prepares for now the 26th season of the Claflin Hill Symphony. All that and more coming up across our Milford TV platform. So again, make sure you stay close to us on social media for any alerts for our latest content or any of our latest live coverage. And if you miss any of our live coverage, you can check out all of our staff-produced content anytime over on our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe over there. It's youtube.com/MyMilfordTV. But that's going to wrap things up for this week's edition of the Milford Informer. We thank you, as always, for tuning in. And from all of us here at Milford TV, this is Tim Coet saying have a great week. So long, everybody.